Yeah, I kind of dozed off half unintentionally a little bit before stream started. I was able to see myself kind of up and going mostly around the time I always have my alert out, but yeah, I'm still a little bit on the EP side. I could have definitely gone to bed earlier than I did last night, which is honestly the same thing I can say for literally every night of the week. But you know, it is what it is. We're here. We're live. We're doing the thing. And yeah, let's find. I don't know why my Wheel of Mystery scene has gone so far down here. It used to be like the 5th option. Now it's like the 10th somehow. I don't even know how. But yeah, let's go ahead and just. Where am I? Oh, there I am. Hello, everybody. I need to apparently move this text so you can't even fully read the thing. Yeah, I literally just added this in like in the minutes between sending my alert out and actually getting everything set up here. So yeah, I need to kind of find a better place for that. Actually, I guess I can move this down too at this point. But yeah, so yeah, the tentative, I have that marked as tentative because I don't know if I'm actually going to have enough time to be able to like fully confirm all the settings and games and stuff like that I'm going to be doing. I still don't really know what all the games I plan on doing for that. You unfortunately need to head out now. Don't know when I should be back, but you'll be in spirit. Thanks for looking while you can, Cal3X. And welcome on in. I don't think I've had a chance to mention that yet. But yeah, so February 28th, basically the last day of the month, it's going to be a Saturday, is when I currently have the Buzzsaw Shuffler scheduled to be done. Probably starting by like noon central-ish. I still need to figure out what games I want for it. I know that there's going to be at least Link to the Past, at least Super Metroid. I'm thinking about maybe trying to put Mega Man X in there, see depending on how the randomizer for that works out in Archipelago, because I don't know how that version runs. I probably wouldn't do SMZ3 because we already have the individual games on there, and I don't want to. And it's not gonna be like a 12-day thing. February 28th is gonna be a Saturday. Yeah, because that's like the only day. Like, basically the 4th Saturday of every month is the only day that I have like nothing really planned. So it's about the only time I can really do like a kind of extended stream like this, unless it's like a very specific thing, like a birthday stream or a stream anniversary. At which point I will take days off of work for that. But for kind of like a random kind of thing like this, I'm basically trying to fit in my regular schedule as best as I can. So yeah, that's the current plan for that. And yeah, like I said, I got to figure out what games I'm going to play. I want to make sure it's at least a good length stream, but I'm also not wanting to make it necessarily like a 12-hour stream if I can avoid that. So you know, a good length stream, but not like a super major stream, stuff like that. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, Cal3X. And yeah, so otherwise we have our Wheel of Mystery Randomizer, and yeah, nothing for me to really comment on today. Apparently there was a new update for the Castlevania Symphony of the Night randomizer, but that's for like a bunch of presets that I don't really like do anything with. The thing about the Stone randomizer is that there are so many different presets that they have, and so many like different systems and stuff set up for the randomizer. The vast majority of them just give you like certain items early on, so you get like better movement, or at least some kind of movement faster earlier on in the game. And in my opinion, that kind of gets rid of what I call like the story of a randomizer, where you're trying to figure out where you can go, what you can do, and then you get like this one thing that gives you, oh, it's gonna be like 2 checks on the other side of the castle. But even though it's just those 2 checks, it gives you like a proper progression, a bit of story about how the seed works. And for most of the presets that just give you a bunch of items right off the bat, it's like you're reading the first 2 pages and the last few pages of a book. It just like it takes out the entire point of the randomizer, in my opinion. Anyway, that's me ranting. At this point, let's go ahead and give that wheel a good old heckin' speed. Oh, we barely got Zoden. Holy crap. Okay, now I gotta remember how to even do this. I know I use Chrome for this one. I don't think we necessarily need to use Chrome anymore. I think they've gotten the things went down pretty well at this point. But you never know. Okay, so master files. Okay, so I mean easy mode. Simplifies inputs so spells no longer need complex sequences to execute. Interesting. Okay, not really necessary for me at least. Ooh, there's a music randomizer. Everybody's boss music and normal stage music. Yeah, prevents hearing Enchanted Banquet for 10 minutes. Thank you, randomizer makers. So yeah, what all do we have here? Don't need to append the seed to it. Accessibility patches. Okay, screen flashing, that's fine. Spoilers. Yeah. I mean, I don't look at the spoilers anyway. Enemy drops randomized, yes. Item stats, yes. Item names, no. Tricky mode, item location, starting equipment, prologue rewards. Seasonal splash phrases? Allow seasonal holiday-based splash screen phrases on the press start screen. It's kind of random. Ooh, color randomizer. Sure. Magic Vessels, I like that. Anti-freeze. What's this one? I'm kind of surprised these settings don't get, like, saved at all. But there's, like, no real... There's no option to, like, save settings like that, so I guess... Single-hit gears. Okay, I like that just for the simplicity. Library shortcut. No. I don't like... So far, for, like, the base random first zone, I don't really like anything that actually changes the map, so I'm not gonna do that. Immunity potions? It doesn't really change anything I do with it. Yeah, that I don't need. Guarantee drops? No. Oh! Maybe in the future I'll be up for doing a starting zone randomizer, but for now, nah. Randomize shot prices, sure. Go randomize enemy stats. I don't know if I feel good about that. At least not right now. No, do not remove prologue. I like doing the prologue still. Yes, quicken warp animation, please. Thank you very much. Okay, so I think that should be good there. I don't even know if Anguish 2025 is a preset now. There are so many presets. Oh my god. I don't know. I mean, I guess there is kind of a basic description on here. Or Lumen Relics? No. Okay, so... Cornavus? Second cast with all Wolf Relic? No. Are there gonna be any of these I'm actually interested in? What is Anguish 2025? Fixed location for various relics to maximize backtracking. Fulfill complexity at level 14. Ugh. Spellbound to make it more insufferable. Side note, it hates you. All bosses, any... They're designed for racing. Removes drops, projectiles in middle locations. Yeah, there's like so many different options here. I think for tonight, yeah, we'll do an adventure run. Imagine this was a good seed name. And so yeah, that's all under the adventure. That should be fine. Oh, it changed all these settings? Seriously? Oh, I'd have to re-select all these again. Dang it. That's warps. Shop prices. Single hit gears. I think that's everything I had before. I feel like there was something I should have had selected. I don't know why that changed the options on this side. That doesn't actually have anything to do with anything. Okay, let's go ahead and just go with this, I think. This one should be fine. I really need to actually take a proper look at the Soden website randomizer, because I don't really know what half these options are anymore. But, yeah, randomize. Shouldn't take that long. Are you serious? The tab crashed. I gotta do it again. Actually, not. We'll just do that as our seed. Okay, let's try that again. Okay, so master file, color, vessels, fast, shop, single. Let's try this again. Please don't crash this time. Are you... Okay. Let's try making this on Firefox, because apparently it's not working on Chrome anymore. Okay, so... Yeah, that's already set up there. So, color, vessels, fast, shop, and single. Wish I knew what was breaking it. Alright, try again. Okay, no immediate breakage. I also don't know how long this is going to take to generate, but it's not that high a complexity, so it should be fine. I hope. Yeah, come on. They got a lot of different developers for the randomizer now. It used to all be done by just like a single person, but now there's like, well, that one person is no longer directly involved in things anymore, but there's 4 active developers for this now, which is actually kind of insane. Alright, so let me... My water ball is actually in the way of where I need to click. Okay, so let's go... I think it's under stream stuff. Games... Soten... There we go. Paste that into there. Replace. Now, I do remember I need a specific version of BizHawk to make this work. I think I was on 2.9.1 before. Let's see how well that works. Let's swap to there. Time to randomize this message. Congratulations. And welcome on in, King. How you doing today? Or tonight? I was so good at doing the thing for the daytime. Now I'm back to nighttime and I'm screwing that up too. Alright, so... actually, I should be able to just open up with the recent games. Yeah, so we'll get that started. Then I think I should still have... Yeah, I got external tools still set up. Launch tracker. Alright. That should be all I need to do. You know, if I had read the message early enough, I probably could use that as the actual, like, seed name, but oh well. Yeah, man. Is this even randomized? Okay, apparently they have a little fun text beneath the start button now. Or typer? 40 per? I don't know what that was supposed to be in reference to. Okay, so let's go. We have Goob and add. Okay, so Goobanda is now our file name, thanks to King. Actually, I actually forgot if I use my live split for these runs. Apparently, I don't. I kind of do these just more for fun anyway. But yeah, let's go ahead and actually, yeah, tracker should be going as an external tool. Yeah, let's begin. Let's see how well/badly this goes. What is a BizHawk Shuffler? So a BizHawk Shuffler is basically just, it's kind of what it says on the tin. So BizHawk is basically the name of the emulator that I use for most of my randomizers and Super Nintendo games, stuff like that, including Soden like we're doing tonight. And it basically just, it automatically changes the game. Oh, I didn't have the right amount of hearts, so well. So the BizHawk Shuffler basically changes the game you're playing at random moments without you being aware of it. And it's basically a way to make everything kind of more, I guess, increase the spice level trying to play games. And I plan on doing that with a bunch of randomizers. Actually, might not be doing this right. Oh god. Okay, I missed both damage stacks there. Okay, that's good enough. But yeah, so I'll be basically having a bunch of different randomizers being played in a multi-world on my own. So I'll be finding like my own Metroid items in Castlevania, potentially, and my own like Zelda items in Mega Man X, stuff like that. I still need to work out the details of what I want to do as far as like what games I'm going to play, and basically like how long I want the stream to like, theoretically go, stuff like that. But yeah, end of the month on Saturday, I'm going to be trying to do a big thing of that and see how much it kind of breaks my brain and trying to figure everything out. What is that palette swap? Also, welcome on in, Striker. How you doing tonight? Also, I should probably change my category. There we go. Yeah, so I'm planning on... I at least plan on having Link to the Past, Super Metroid, probably Mega Man X. We're taking a lot of damage from zombies. What do we have? What do we have equipped? Oh, Ring of Ares, that's why. Hell no. But yeah, at least Super Metroid, at least Link to the Past, probably Castlevania Symphony of the Night, maybe Mega Man X, depending on how the randomizer for that is set up and the service I'm using for that. And maybe some other games I need to figure out what exactly I want to do for and what's like all available. Because one of the limitations for this is that all the games have to be playable on BizHawk. Oh god. So it can't be like any like PC-based games. So I can't put Timespinner into there. I can't put Bloodstained into there. But yeah, like I said, I need to figure out what's even like available for that as well. Ooh, I got a double hit. I think for the sake of the way my brain is tonight, this is just gonna be a regular adventure mode run. So no Ooh Shiny tonight. Yeah, cause I kind of had a semi-unintentional nap before I set my stream alert. Okay, Left Power Cave is like completely normal now. But yeah, I'm kind of a little bit extra tired today for whatever reason, so I'm just taking a little bit more of a chill stream. Ooh, armor right away. I'll take 20 defense, let's go. That's not a weapon. That is actually technically a weapon if it's actual Dark Shield. Okay, we have a weapon. Let's I can go. And we have Skill of Wolf. Not immediately helpful. Also, apparently did not save my actual seed name, which is weird. Okay. Hitbox just didn't want to cooperate, apparently. Well. There's not a way to change the sprite itself for Soden yet. I don't think anybody's been, like, developing that. So far, the only thing there is, as you can see, there's, like, a little palette kind of switch the kind of thing going on. But yeah, there's no actual unique sprites yet. And I don't know if there's ever going to be. Because, like I said, I don't think anybody's even, like, really inquired about that at, like, a minimum. Welcome in, Duke. How you doing tonight? Yay, Speen. Okay, it didn't keep, like, half the settings I made for this. Yeah, I should have turned on anti-freeze so it wouldn't like stop the game when I'm picking up certain items. Aaron and Chad are good beans. So is Duke. Duke is also a good bean. Oh, come on. Okay, I've never pushed that while in the air before. I didn't even know that was a thing. Well, we got a sellable at least. And I do have a, well, I was gonna say I have shot prices randomized, but obviously nothing else is like set up for the way I've meant it to, so I don't even know what the settings are anymore. Also, beans. To be fair, these are also kind of heckin' good beans, not gonna lie. This thing didn't take, why not restart? Well, okay, so I tried, okay, the first 2 times I tried generating a seed for this game, they both crashed my browser tab for whatever reason. So then I went to a different browser. I made sure all the settings I picked were the ones I wanted before, and they still didn't take there. So I'm not even sure like what even counts as like working or functional anymore. And like I said, I'm kind of too tired to deal with the technical difficulties right now, so I'm just taking what I got at this point. Oh, you're straight up dead. Okay. You know, one of the kind of fun things too is that in the off chance that this is just like an old seed that never actually got like uncleared for whatever reason, I don't remember where anything is anyway, so it still can feel like a new seed to me. There is a way you can basically go back to the left, or basically reload the screen with the elevator starting in the middle, jump over that switch and fall down. But oh my god, is it a very precise timing to both jump and move off the switch. And I am not practicing it. Well, this one is quicker to do, because we just easily do that. Oh, hello. Okay, so we are not taking damage from water. I love how this is one of the few instances in which holding up actually has Alucard hold his cape up, rather than just like kind of doing a more like heroic-esque pose. I think the sword is stronger than the shield right now, right? I didn't think I could check. Okay, yeah, sword is stronger than the shield. I do like our very first shield that we got early on. I didn't mean to go in here. Our very first shield is actually a damaging shield, too. Snorkel J equals Jesus equals holy. I mean, I forget what it's actually called. It's actually called the holy symbol, but yeah, why it's actually a snorkel, I don't know what to tell you, other than just maybe they thought they were trying to be funny with that. That's all I can think of. But yeah, Holy Snorkel is just so much of a better name than just Holy Symbol, honestly. Maybe, okay, then you get into the theoretical argument of if it's a holy relic, then it really shouldn't work, because then water's just going to get inside all the holes. It's very bad design in the first place. Ow. Snorkel looks like it. Yeah, I get that. I think that's a two-handed weapon of some kind. I'm actually not sure which kind. Also, I think the accessories have random stats. No, just because we have nothing else equipped there. Oh, hello. Good movement. Let's go. Fine, you get to live this time. Solely because I'm bad at this game. Yeah, if this ends up being a fast enough seed, I actually might try to make like a regular rando run. Like for like a second seed tonight, see if we can get that done. Although that does depend on this seed actually going well, which adventure mode tends not to like. Come on. I could just go there right now, but yeah, I think there's a little too strong for me at this point, and I don't feel brave. I know lots of people who would do that, but I am not one of them. Yep, that's yeah, it's the equivalent of like high jump in Bloodstained. You get to do that little shiny thing. Yeah, as of now, we can only do it once off the ground. We need to have double jump available or... Oh, Dark Blade. We need either double jump or some sort of transformation in order to be able to do it infinitely. And right now, we have neither. That does less damage. We don't have Jewel of Open yet, so we can't open that door. I forgot there was a third one. I did not mean to do that game. Yeah, I love how just like random like turning around quickly will make the game think you're trying to do a spell that has like a much more complex input. Yeah, the input for Soul Seal is back, court or half circle, forward to back, forward, and then attack. Because of the way that the game's input reader works, you have to be like very particular and or slow about it for it to work properly. That was all of our MP before, wasn't it? Yeah. I think we can make this work. There we go. I actually accidentally did a soul steal, which normally takes a certain amount of like ticks of damage off of a bunch of enemies on the screen and heals you up afterwards. Unfortunately, there were no enemies on the screen at all, so it didn't look like anything happened. It is normally a very useful spell, especially if you're low on health. But yeah, we didn't need any of that at that point. Not to mention it costs 50 MP to use, and we have a max of 58 right now. Starflail, no. Yeah, we already got a pretty good weapon to start. There's nothing down below. Okay, I did already get that. We can get this, actually. One of the kind of funny thing, so you can actually do, like, diagonal jumps with or diagonal high jumps like this. The way to do this consistently is you want to do down, up, down, and then diagonal down. Wait, no. Wait, hold on. Okay, so you need to do down, up, diagonal, and then jump. Because otherwise, you just can't, like, consistently get the setup. It is... Actually, don't even need to do it up. It's just down, up, down, diagonal. I don't know why it works that way, but that's how the game works. Like I said, the input reader for this game is kind of crap. Yeah, a good chunk of this game is held on, like, duct tape and a dream. And half that duct tape is just from the dream itself. You saw Peanuts? What if Alucard had an allergy? I mean, given the fact that he's technically already undead, that allergies don't really affect him. Although Peanuts do have a kind of interesting way of actually healing you. So most food, when you use it, it basically just throws the food out onto the ground in front of you. You walk over it, pick up the food, and then boom, you get healed. In order to get healed with peanuts, Alucard tosses the peanut straight up into the air, and you actually need to stand in the right position for Alucard to catch it in his mouth. If you don't do that, you actually lose a peanut as a food item. Oh, it's nothing in there. And the best part about that is I believe peanuts heal 1 hit point per use. But it's really not even like worth trying except for the lulls. If I find the duplicator, I think I'll probably give like a few attempts to see how long it takes me to do that. But yeah, without that, it's... Yeah, the devs had a sense of humor about this game. It's probably the best way I can phrase that. Oh my god. Yeah, the peanuts are meant to be a joke item. I think you only find them in like one section of like the reverse castle. And you can't even see them because they're actually blocked by a piece of the terrain. Oh, I got the first try, nice. Okay, so we could go north. We don't really need to yet. Oh, I didn't get the glitch. Yeah, there's a certain glitch you can do with the moving from the loading room back into the gate there, where if you move in just the right angle and speed, you can actually fall through that little platform there. It saves you literally like half a second to get to the elevator. Oh, we can actually get the item from underneath the librarian's chair thing. Do a little bit extra check there. I think the first one there is the only one that's actually in logic. Oh god. Oh god. Yeah, you've been watching for about 10 minutes, you have barely any idea what's going on. You've never seen this game before? Okay, so this is literally one of the 2 games that basically created the Metroidvania genre. The Castlevania Symphony that came out for the PlayStation, and I believe 96 or 97, I forget which year specifically. But yeah, this is basically pretty much officially the game that started the Metroidvania genre overall. Also, welcome on in, Cameron. How you doing tonight? I mean, I'm kind of more jumping north than I am walking north, but... Yeah, it's no, tomato. But yeah, this is also the very first game I ever actually speedran myself. Way back in I think 15 was when I was doing my runs originally. And I did manage to actually get like a top 10 time for a while. But at a certain point, I kind of got a little bit frustrated with how some of the games... RNG isn't technically the right phrase, but the way the game works and how some of the enemies' movement and stuff works, it was essentially I got kind of frustrated with the RNG at one point, and I kind of just like stopped running it. And one thing I still do not like about the randomizer is that it literally makes some checks completely empty. Because that's somehow supposed to impact how you like treat future checks, which to me makes no sense. Because you're gonna do all the checks anyway. And so there's no reason to make any of them just empty. Oh, there's your level open. We call that a French vanilla item right there. Because in the vanilla game, you find it pretty close to that area, honestly. Yeah, I just found the jewel open right up there. There's a shop about like 2 screens left of here where we normally buy the jewel open for like 500 bucks. Okay. Ooh, that's actually high value. Let's go. Alright, can we afford anything good? Okay, we don't need that. I don't need good weapons. We already have a weapon, but... Oh, there are library cards, but they're expensive. Wait, that's dynamite. Dark Blade. Okay, we already have a great weapon as it is, it looks like. Yeah, 3 extra defense isn't really worth it for shield. Can we get any... Hats are usually not that particularly useful. Okay, I like how the... Oh, actually, that's dirt cheap, too. Sure, we'll get that. Get some more intelligence. Crystal Cloak. That's actually not too bad. I guess the money value is kind of eh. Okay, that's a regular metal. It's actually functioning the way it's supposed to. Noglamir. Okay, so I guess the accessories are still their vanilla effects. So good to know. Okay, yeah, we don't really want any of this. I think we can just buy the Ring of Ares, which we started off the game with. Yeah, let's go ahead and get a Crystal Cloak, and we'll pick up a library card in case we need to come back later.
Thank you.
Yeah, randomizers are cool. You've watched some. Some are single games, some for multi-games. Yeah. Yeah, there's so many different things you do with randomizers these days. They're all kind of crazy. Welcome on in, Gecko. How you doing tonight? And thanks for the grats. Yeah, we wanted pitting that, I think, like, a couple streams before we did the Fastest First thing. And then we had, like, a couple extra follows from the Fastest First showing as well, so we were able to actually make sure we stay above 500 this time. So I remember the last time I did a follower goal, I think I had, like, a follower goal of, like, 100, something like that, a whole bunch of years ago. Somebody followed in the middle of a stream. I did the, oh, thank you, 100th follower, I can do my thing now, yay. And then literally an hour later, my follower kind of been down to, like, 99 again. So yeah, thankfully nobody, like, immediately unfollowed after that part, but yeah, we did the thing. And as you can kind of see, so we'll be doing the Bissock Multi-World Shuffler on February 28th, which will be the last Saturday of the month. I still need to figure out what games I want to do, and okay, so that's the thing I did earlier that I didn't mean to do, and did again because the input system for this game's spells is kind of crap. But yeah, like I said, I still need to figure out what games I want to include on that. I know there's at least 4 that are going to be viable options. I need to see what else would be available that would also, like, know how to do stuff like that. Okay, so I've already got... Actually, no, I have not unlocked this yet. I didn't unlock this proper. Yeah, and this is one of the game's teleporters right here. You have to actually enter the room in order to be able to properly... Actually, we can still get an item from here. Because as soon as you unlock one of these teleporters, you get the one back at the start of the game for free. You can tell which teleporter you're at by which animal head is up in the center there. We do have a check here we can get. Okay, magic up. Do I want to go down here yet? Actually, I guess there are some checks we weren't able to get before that we can get now. There's stuff down by the entrance too, but I don't feel like doing those right now. We don't really have like a quick way back yet. Come on. But yeah, so the Bissock Shuffler stream is going to be basically what is called a multi-world, where you're playing multiple different games and you find items from one game inside another game. And I'm going to be doing basically a single-player multi-world with the Bissock Shuffler active. So the game will automatically change on me after like random bits of time without my like pre-awareness of it. I've done a Bissock Shuffler stream with like standalone randomizers before, but I've never done it with a multi-world, so that's why I'm definitely looking forward to seeing how those are like. Your friend got you into Pokemon Pockets, now you're a little addicted to drawing cards? Just a little addicted. P.S. Send help. So what exactly is Pokemon Pocket? I'm actually not familiar with that particular version. Is that like a digital version, or is that still like a physical card thing? I can still get the item at the boss fight we did earlier. Otherwise, we can't really do too much else here at the moment. I think I can make this. Yeah. Oh, come on. Yeah, trying to do the quick turnaround has always gotten me in like the worst ways. Come on. There we go. I hate how all these chests are freaking empty. Okay, we can do a quick return down this way. It's mobile digital? Gotcha. Yeah, rip your wallet. Dang it. Yeah, the problem is you need to be able to get that across twice. Yeah, you know what? Heck that. We're just gonna go down the normal way. Okay, Twitch on PS5? Yeah, just Twitch apps in general. Yeah. God damn it. Okay, you're not spending a dime, just grinding out points so you can do pulls. Yeah, best of luck with that one. Yeah, I'm really glad I'm not timing this at this point, because that would just show how bad I am at this game now. Yeah, in case you missed the comment before, I used to speedrun this game. Not you can tell at this point, but... Okay, so head back up to where we were before. Still faster than you can beat it. No, I've been kind of toying around with the idea of doing just like a random any percent speedrun this game again and seeing how long it would take me. I think my very first speedrun was either like 28 minutes or 34 minutes, something like that. I don't remember which one it was officially. Lapis Lazuli. That does give us a bunch of luck. Sure. Yeah, though in order to do a lot of the actual, at least some of the speedrun features, you actually do need... I don't need to go down here. What am I doing? You do actually need a completed save file. Oh, does this actually work? This might actually work. Oh, that doesn't actually work. At least not from there. Ooh, I barely made that. Okay, I need to be a little more right. Come on, a little more right. Okay, this is slower at this point, but I want to try this just for the swag. If I can actually do a thing. Yeah, have a good night, Striker. Thanks for hanging out when you could. Oh my god. Okay, I made it like first try, now I can't make it again. Okay, there we go. Okay, this has to work, right? At some point. Oh my god, I'm trying to do the thing. Okay, you know what? Obviously that's not working. Heck that jump. Okay, so we can still go above on the upper path toward the Skull Bridge. I guess we could also go back to the Coliseum too. Yeah, you did Platform Racing 2 speedruns before? I don't know if I recognize that game. That's really it. The speedruns for that game aren't really popular, and ping is added to the time, so the further you are from the server, you worse your time. That seems kind of dumb. Because I know for like at least some games that are from like the PS1, PS2 era, they'll actually include like a load remover program where it'll calculate your time without the actual load times themselves. I know some games have the option for that. Yeah, that's kind of annoying how like they accept ping as part of the speedrun time. That seems really weird. I can't go all the way there. I know there are some items down on the... Actually, we can still check these. Okay, there's nothing there. Yeah, since we have the boost, we should be able to get back easily after the fact. It's a multiplayer online flash game from 2008. Oh, is that one of the games that was on sites like Congregate and stuff like that? I think that actually does kind of sound familiar now that I think about it that way. Okay, I think I might have done one or two of those games, but I never really like stuck with them. Barrel. Oh, we never cooked the one we bought. Okay, that's actually even more intelligence. Fire boomerang, sword card, and pork bun. Okay. You can just go heck yourself, buddy. At least I got plenty of defense now. Okay, you know what? Heck you, and heck you. It was the 5th most played? Weren't there like 4 or 5 different iterations of that game? I know there was like a bunch of like kind of relatively similar games that had like a whole bunch of games in their series. I know like Epic Battle Fantasy was another one of those that had I think like 5 entries. Well, I think the 5th one was Steam only because I think Congregate had like both died since then. APR 1, 2, and 3, we're limited to one site. Okay, so apparently the... Okay, for some reason, some of the settings stuck, some of them didn't. Wait, why is it already open? I didn't even set anything yet. Ooh, Moonstone. Yeah, Moonstones are good because they give you plus 5 to all your stats, as long as your game time is basically less than 6 hours then between 18 and 30 hours. And yeah, the game basically functions on like an actual real-life time system. So depending on your actual playtime determines what time of day it is. And the Moonstone or Sunstone will give you appropriate stat boosts as a result. And the Moonstone is always good to find early on because it gives you some good early stats. Oh, I am getting so bodied tonight. For the love of... Get on the platform. Okay, you only do 1 damage. Those guys normally can do like a boatload of damage in their axe form, but thankfully we have enough armor now that we just like don't care. Yeah, you looked up platform racing. You remember playing that a long time ago? Yeah, I'm sure if I like saw it, I'd probably remember it better. But it's not like completely ringing any bells right now. Yeah, the only other thing you did is that's close to speedrun. You played Cavern of Dreams and copied the speedrun route slowly, pushing tab out to check the route. I kind of did that with Metroid Dread for a little while. But there was like some strats I kind of actually taught myself how to properly do, and a few I would just kind of try to play along with, stuff like that. But yeah, I've done a little bit of kind of like for fun, not quite official speedrunning as well. Yeah, I didn't recognize the name, but the instant you saw it, you remembered. I feel like a lot of games on Congregate would have like particular like quality to it. I'm like, why does this game hate me right now? You know what? Intentional soul steal. Okay, that's just karma coin. There we go. Yeah. Aggressively moonwalks through Dracula's castle to fight his chair while he's still sitting on it. Don't spoil the game. Hello? Luminous. Are you a good weapon? You are not a good weapon. I think these are always going to be like consumable items of some kind, so they're not actually checks I need to worry about. Library card or meal ticket? Library card, let's go. Okay, I was gonna say, why wasn't he responding to the damage, but just delayed reaction for whatever reason. Also, yeah, be prepared for a lot of the bosses in this game to be just pure jokes. This game was not meant to be challenging combatively. Pizza. Do this again. So I can make it to some sections here, but I can't quite make it to all of them yet. If you got him here. Okay, magic up. Ooh, another library card. Let's go. Darn it. Dragon Helm. Actually, Dragon Helm is actually amazing because it basically cuts the enemy's defense in half. So if they're like a high defense enemy, they take a lot more damage after the fact. It does literally nothing on enemies with 0 defense, but still kind of good to have. Yeah, I don't think there's any way I can get up here with my current items. No transformations, yeah, so we can only go down here. Thank you. Yeah, it's a small thing, but it really trips you up that hearts are the ammo mod in this series. Yeah, I definitely see that. Although, if you want to get even more tripped up, in Castlevania 2, hearts were also your currency. I guess it's kind of like the way Path of Exile is with some of its Identify Scrolls, where not only do you need them to identify items, the Identify Scrolls are also the currency in Path of Exile. Along with a couple other like different scroll things that they have in that game. But Path of Exile is also kind of weird about the way they did currency. Apparently they did do a more standard like actual gold system with Path of Exile 2. That might be good if we get a duplicate of that later on. Yeah, some games like to get fancy with their currency. Yeah, fun thing is those enemies I think are actually resistant to slashing weapons, so the fact that we're one-shotting them already is actually kind of cool. I forgot you were there. Yeah, at least we can get the majority of the items in this upcoming region with the items that we got. In fact, having gravity boots and the Jewel of Open this early on is actually probably the best thing we could have going for us, honestly. Oh, Ring of Arda. It doesn't do anything. Okay, so in the vanilla game, the Ring of Arda is like a super broken ring. It gives you like plus 30 strength, I think plus 20 con, plus 20 luck, and plus like 15 intelligence, something like that. Unfortunately, I do have item stats randomized in this game, or in this rando, so the Ring of Arda is apparently completely useless this run. Rip my OP-ness. I should have thought about how that would sound before I said it. Welp. You know what? Get spirited on, nerd. Take that. Oh, we gotta go through the cutscene. For whatever reason, it's like complete RNG whether or not you have to go through the cutscene here after fighting this boss. I don't know what it is about this particular room. Well, again, if we get... Come on. Again, if we get a duplicator, that'll be good. Although since I do have stats randomized, it's possible that the throwing weapons here are actually kind of bad, but not likely. I really need to get in the habit of using my shield on enemies so I'm just like walking right into them. Or attack prism. Welcome in and see you later. How you doing tonight? Okay, so we can't go inside that room yet. Nothing else to do here. Actually, a lot of these rooms aren't going to be open because we don't have the right items yet. Didn't think about that. So there was a certain setup for how getting the item here worked. I completely forgot how it functions. This guy's the fake one. I think it's if you sit over here and you get the... I think she's the right one. Nope, she's the bad one. Yeah, each side has... This is basically like a confessional here. Each side has a good and bad version that you can go with. The good version here, I believe she can drop an item if you get like the right one here. And she basically just stays here as long as you sit down, so once you stand up, she'll do her thing. Okay, maybe this isn't a thing in the randomizer. Because I know there is normally like some kind of item you can get there if you like let the person confess for a while. That way it's also gonna be blocked. Necklace of J, not particularly helpful to us. Oh, okay. Technically, that's one of my favorite relics in the game, but it's completely useless without actually having the form of mist. This is the gas cloud relic, which when you have the actual form of mist, you can basically become just like a damaging, like miasma. How many hits does it take to destroy you? 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually. Oh, that was actually kind of quick. Okay. Yeah, those things have like an obscenely high amount of defense and a lot of hit points. But I guess probably because of the way our weapon is set up, or maybe even like the dark element from the shield, maybe did like more damage to it somehow. Bronze Cuirass. I think we already have a Bronze Cuirass. Mystic Pendant. Helps you recover MP more quickly, but not really super helpful because of the way it works out. Yeah, because your base MP restoration rate is 1 per second in this game. The Mystic Pendant increases that by 1. So, you know, it doubles, but not a high base to start with, which is not, like, super helpful. Especially when you get to higher levels and you get, like, several hundred MP to have to worry about. And it just takes forever to recharge that anyway. Okay, so doesn't seem like there's anything of real value here. Yeah, so many Metroidvanias that there's a YouTube channel dedicated to them. I imagine there's probably multiple YouTube channels about that at this point. Yeah, 'cause I know like Metroidvanias have kind of like exploded in just like game quantity as well from like about 10-15 years ago as well. When you had games like Timespinner come out, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, and just like a bajillion others. Okay, where do I want to go from this point? Oh, right, we have Jewel of Opus, so we probably want to go down to the center of the castle. Hey, another Dark Shield. Doesn't do anything, but... At least the second application doesn't do anything. Yeah, I've already been through here. So one little fun fact about this game. If you ever get afflicted with any status ailment, just change zones. The status ailment will immediately go away once you change to the next area. There, see? No longer poisoned. And also, poison does a different thing in this game than it does in most games. In like 99% of games out there, if you're poisoned, you slowly start losing health and stuff like that. In this game, getting poisoned cuts your attack power in half. Which is infinitely worse than losing a small amount of health. Just straight up. Ow. Okay, so we still don't have infinite heights. We can't go up there yet. Oh, wait, actually, we could do this instead. Let's try this instead. Yeah, no. Okay, so the sprite has changed, but the name is not. Yeah, so the icon for that particular armor is for an item called the God's Garb, which is, if not the best armor, it's like one of the best armors in the game. But unfortunately, it got randomized into a completely crap item instead. Ice Mail, Luck Potion. Ooh, Ring of Vlad. So the completion for, or the completion requirements for this game are to find all 5 of the Vlad relics, and then go to the end of the game so you can fight Dracula's chair, and then kind of like show him who's boss and stuff like that. So we have one of the 5 required items now. So I love just how detailed the animations on those particular like sword and hammer people are. You know, they have really no reason to be that detailed. Get this teleporter opened up. Yeah, my guess is that they're probably just trying to make the most of the fact they have like the higher power PlayStation compared to like Super Nintendo stuff like that, so they just want to kind of show off some of their stuff. But yeah. Also, for the longest time, I thought when he threw that sword, it would actually do damage to you. It's just background weapon at that point. Okay, so the sword is doing more damage than the shield. Good to know. Now, we'll go down here first. Actually, I can just do this. And of course the check is empty, because why wouldn't it be? Is there anything up here? I don't think there is. I know in the reverse castle there's stuff in, like, this region, but... yeah, nothing specifically here. Or... why am I running backwards? It is basically a speedrunning strat. It's called shield dashing. So the way the game works is that if you do a normal backdash, this is the... oh, actually, let me destroy this guy first. So in this game, you can backdash for a little bit faster movement, but you always have this little slowdown at the end of it. If you dash and then bring out your shield, you basically cancel the slow portion of the dash, and you get all the fast portions of it just by doing this. So it's literally just... the way I have it, I have the dash button on triangle, and I have my shield on circle, so I'm just kind of literally rolling my thumb across the 2 buttons rapidly. And that's how I do my shield dashing. But yeah, this has been a speedrunning tactic since like 2014 or so. So this has been a long... Okay, at least when I'm doing these accidentally now, they're actually being done in good purposes. Steel helm. Yeah, we already have our best headgear right now. Also, yeah, that bird actually does belong to that little night guard enemy, and he does mourn the bird, and the bird mourns him, depending on which one you kill first. I kind of love the little continuity between that. Okay, so here's where we actually do want to do... Because those gunners, they will do a lot of damage to you if you're not careful. Thankfully, they don't... that's not what I meant to do, game. Yeah, thankfully the gunners don't have a lot of health on their side. Okay, that's a save right there, so we don't need that quite yet. Let me get this opened up before I forget about it. Okay, we got another familiar. Is it a demon familiar? Demon familiar, let's go. So the familiars in this game you get by picking up various cards like this. The demon card is useful because he actually unlocks one set of checks in the first castle, and then I think like a single check specifically in the reverse castle. And also, because of the fact we already have a completed save file, we can skip the cutscenes. And the best part is that these enemies do not trigger for a certain amount of time, because they normally wait for the cutscene to play, so you can actually take one of these guys out without any problem. Got him. The kind of fun part about this is that our gear is really not that overpowered either. We have like relatively basic equipment right now. Oh, is that form? Power Wolf, dang it. So yeah, there are 3 different forms that you can basically transform into throughout the course of this game. There's Bat, Wolf, and then Mist. You need a specific relic in order to form into any one of those. And then there's a few other relics that basically like enhance the abilities of each form as well. And so far we have both of the ability enhancements for the Wolf, but we don't have the actual ability to transform into it yet. Okay, so... Wow, you dashed farther than I thought you would. That busted up. Did I equip the previous cloak? I did not. Yeah, this one's better. Also, these little green armored jumpy boys, if you just walk forward normally, they just jump right above you, and they offer you no actual harm. Yay, AI manipulation. Actually, I don't want to go that way. We've already been that way. Let's head back over here. Yeah, now we have to go down to the catacombs about. There's nothing else for us to do up here. Come on. Yeah, the only thing that you need in order to be able to do the shield dashing is naturally a shield. Because otherwise, all you can do is just the regular dashing. And there is a way you can time the regular dashes and still be able to... Hello? Flamberge. I forget if that's one of the good ones or not. Oh, it's a two-handed, so it actually sucks. Dang it. Yeah, still no actual movement yet. What do you mean I didn't get the shield in time? Dang it. Okay, is this technically a check? Okay, that is not a check. Get up there. Oh my god, please. Okay, no, I didn't need to go the other way. Dang it. I always forget which platform or which little subsection is the one I want to go to after I open that. Yeah, and the little fun fact for you, actually. For those who are familiar with the game Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, that game is literally made by the same person that made this. Ooh, more McGill. Literally made by the same person that made this game. Yeah, Koji Igarashi, I believe is his full name. And yeah, you can see all sorts of influences from Stone as a result on Bloodstained. Which is kind of one of the reasons why it's one of my favorite games. That's Powered Mist. Okay, we have like all the upgrades for 2 of the forms, but we don't have the forms themselves yet, which is heckin' annoying. I'm amazed I got that hit in time. Okay, so there's no way we can access this right now. So that boss is just gonna kind of stay there for a bit. Come at me, bro. And because we already have the Holy Snorkel, we take no damage from being underwater. Okay, that's not gonna be helpful. Just food. More food. Yeah, this boss looks so intimidating, but they have so few hit points. They only have like 200 hit points, something like that, which even like when you're only come here in the middle of the game is a really tiny amount. I really don't need to be picking up these health ups, but I just kind of am. Yeah, just a high potion, that's not helpful. Yeah, one thing I do have set up with this randomizer as well is that not only are the relics randomized, but also all the equipment and other miscellaneous items throughout the dungeon are randomized. So I could legitimately find a key relic, like the Ring of Blood or something like that, in a place we'd normally find something simple like a potion. There's like, I think 2 items we can get here right now. Actually, I think only 1 if you don't have the, oh, hello, we have flight. The Leap Stone is what gives you double jump. And in combination with Gravity Boots, gives you infinite vertical height. So I am so glad we came here. We don't really need any more familiars, but just out of curiosity. Fairy, okay. But yeah, flight is basically one of the terms that we use for any ability to move infinitely in vertical space, basically. Because before our jump up ability, this ability right here from the Gravity Boots, normally you can only do that once. But once you get the Leap Stone or the ability to transform, you can use that to basically just do this infinitely, as long as you have the MP to keep casting it. And there was a boss up here we weren't able to get to before, so we're gonna go get that now. I think this costs like 10 MP per use, but at this one we should already have like 150, I think. Actually, it doesn't even cost that much. 197. Oh, it only takes like 4 or 5 mana per use. Okay. I thought it was more expensive than that. And also, if you do the little dropkick effect from the double jump right as well, you can also get a lot more horizontal momentum as well. Which I'm not as trained in that as far as like being able to move fast, stuff like that, but it's also just a good thing to know that that's a thing. Ooh, Masamune. I don't know if it's worth losing the shield at this point, though, because we don't really need the attack strength. Also, for those who don't know, this is an unusual color for this particular polygon. Normally, it's a save point, but because of the fact it's purple, it basically it signifies that it's a thing of evil. Now we're in our nightmare. Yeah, there is lore for this fight in a way, but it's not really relevant here. That was a boss. And you give us something that we don't actually need. So Force of Echo is an upgrade for the bat form. So when you get the bat form, you can also get an ability that lets you basically kind of sort of shine a light in dark areas by using echolocation. That ability just makes the thing we just picked up basically makes that ability do like a small amount of damage every time you use it. And that's not as fast as that fight could go either. Like I said, we don't even have any of the broken weapons yet. Yeah, there's two particular weapons or pieces of equipment I'm looking forward to potentially showing off. One of which is an item called the Duplicator. It is an accessory that reduces your defense by a bunch. I think it reduces like intelligence as well, something like that. But lets you duplicate any consumable items, so you basically have infinite copies of it. Actually, can I let them dance? Or am I gonna be too slow? So a fun little fact, if you start basically raising the water here by pushing this block to cover up the leak here, if you trigger the water to go up here, and then you leave the zone before these guys die, they'll just be forever sitting here kind of dancing around. They're basically an underwater boy band now. I wish them luck in their new life. Yeah, like, this game has so many silly things you can do. Is there an item down here? I actually don't remember. Oh, I forget that when you get knocked back underwater, there's like a lot of time-taking effects because of the underwaterness. But yeah, there's a lot of little silly things that you can do in this game, both intentionally and unintentionally from the developer. Armor there. Also, another funny thing, Axolotl armor. That does something a little kind of special. If we equip the Axolotl armor, wearer becomes an Axe Knight. What? We are now an Axe Knight, which is technically one of the enemies in this game, although we're a different kind of form of it. But unfortunately, this mode is completely useless in actual like progression, because this is as high as we jump, and we don't have access to any of our movement otherwise. So yeah, we just become this for a little bit. It does have a fairly strong attack, but it requires you to be in like constant melee with the enemy, which is not always feasible in this game. But yeah, that is in fact, quote unquote, a thing. I didn't even get to see what that was. Oh, come on. Okay, just a potion of some kind. He's a stone, yeah. Yeah, that's not helpful. Get the item in here. Okay, we didn't need to get that because it was useless. Something appeared near to the wooden bridge. Oh, was that a nice hit points? I didn't even notice. Yeah, fun fact, the world record holder for the speedrun for this game, on their channel, one of their emotes is literally the number 69 in the hit point, the little box font thing, and it's literally just, the emote is just called nice. Now we gotta wait for this skeleton to gently and calmly reach a certain point, at which point we let him throw the barrel. I did that too early, dang it. So there's also like a developer tool kind of left in the game as well. If you press, I believe it's select on the player 2 controller, and it just breaks the gate away immediately. You don't need to worry about bringing this guy over here or anything. I haven't included that yet because it just kind of doesn't feel right to use that kind of as like a gameplay tool. So I still go through the entire process manually, but it's kind of one of the things about me. I don't think we have anything that gives us fire resist, do we? We have ice, lightning. Yeah, no. There we go. Alright, now prepare yourself for some of the best voice acting you will ever hear in a video game.
A switch. Why don't I press it and see?
Bravo, good sir. Health over there. We don't really need health at this point. Lightning mail. Okay, nothing helpful. Yeah, the demon gets literally like 2 voice lines throughout the entire game, and they're both just... They're both over and underacted at the same time, which I don't know how the voice actor managed to do that, but it's impressive. Yeah, I'm surprised it didn't stop voice acting games after that. Nothing will ever reach the peak of how good that was exactly. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta do the best you can just for the sake of the art. You can't really blame him for that, at least. Yeah, once that line was recorded, all the voice actors were just like, okay, you know what, voice acting's over, everybody can go home now. GG's. Ooh, banana. Okay, we can see our damage now. Yeah, in the quote-unquote original Metroidvania, the ability to see how much damage that you do is a relic you have to pick up. Welcome on in, Arcade. How you doing tonight? Yeah, doing all the moonwalking. That's the only way that you should be moving in life. Yeah, strong contender against storied voice acting games like House of the Dead 2. You gotta love the classics. Oh wow, double life max up. Yeah, each life max up gives you, I think it's like 5 extra max health, which is really nice early on when you only have like 70 hit points. At this point, not quite as helpful. Diamond, another life up. Heart up. Ooh, what a Holy Rod, dang it. I thought that was gonna be Shield Rod. Holy Rod might still be worthwhile. I guess not. Yeah, if we get Shield Rod, that's another one of the potentially broken weapons in this, or I guess in this case, shields in this game. But it can easily become a weapon if you use it with the right shield as well. There are so many different broken weapons and armor and shield combination in this game. Library card? Oh, you'll take it. So the shield rod is like on its own. It's a modestly strength weapon, stuff like that. Okay, Merman Sector is kind of nice. But depending on what shield you also have equipped with it, you can activate a special ability by using the shield and the rod at the same time. Okay, I want to Vengeance. There we go. If you use the shield and the rod at the same time, depending on which shield that you have equipped, it'll give you a different effect. Like if you do it with like the leather shield, it'll give you like a defense boost. If you do it with the dark shield, I forget what it does with most shields, but there's one particular shield that it is absolutely broken with, which is the Alucard shield. You literally become invincible. Well, okay, once you hit an enemy with it, you get like a couple, like a second sort of invincibility. It also has the effect of Soul Seal, so you get healed for it, and any enemy that you hit with that shield while active takes 255 points of damage. And I think it can re-hit after like 2/3 of a second, something like that. So you can do a bajillion damage with it really quickly. Come on. Fine, make me do the thing. Leaf! Holy crap, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. Let me do the thing.
What is a raid? An adorable little pile of cuties. But enough talk. Welcome on in.
I love how we have the raid message when we're actually playing the game that's based off of. But yeah, welcome on in, Leaf and Raiders. How y'all doing tonight? For those who don't know who I am, my name is Aaron Jevlith. I'm a silly little cat doing silly little things on the silly little internet. Tonight, we are currently doing a randomizer of Castlevania Symphony of the Night, particularly using adventure mode, where not only are all the relics shuffled around, but so are all the equipment items in the game and stuff like that. So we need to scour the entire castle, literally hundreds of locations, to try to find essentially like maybe 8 actual progression items. So welcome on in, Ruby. How you doing tonight? Yeah, I see you were doing some Pokemon Heart Gold, Soul Silver. Unfortunately, I have like no experience with that game, so I don't really know anything about it. But I know it's a Pokemon game. I know you catch the Mons, and I know that you and Ruby do like a bunch of randomizers of that. So I'm assuming that's what you were doing tonight. How did the randos go tonight? Hopefully they were randoed in the best possible sense. They probably weren't. Oh, they're doing a vanilla playthrough? Heck yeah. I don't know, for some reason, I had the kind of impression that you two had like already played like all the Pokemon games at this point. Wait, actually, hold on. Vanilla playthrough doesn't necessarily mean first playthrough. Am I interpreting that part correctly? I may have misinterpreted that from the start. But yeah, Leaf and or Raiders, if any of you need to do like any post-stream self-care, like need to go get something to eat, go get some sleep, to do some like chores, stuff like that, by all means, whatever you need to do, go ahead and do that. And then thank you again so much for the raid. Yeah, I could technically try to use iframes to get through like the darkroom section up ahead, but I am nowhere near trained enough to even think about doing that. We'll just come back here later if we need to. Yeah, there's still a few things we can do heading toward the entrance. Well, we're starting to run out of places to go. I'm getting a little bit concerned. Oh, come on. That was totally intended to dodge that little magic attack. Yeah, just on account of the fact we might have to come back here later, I will actually get a teleporter. Yeah, pick up an Uncurse as I literally dash into a fire. I don't think the Uncurse worked. Oh, I thought there was an opening there. Oh, what I'd give for Soul with that right now. We already have the vertical movement down pat with Leaf Stone and Gravity Boots, but horizontal movement, that's a whole other story right now. Splat. Actually, if we did have the merman statue, we could have probably gone and picked that up. In fact, that's probably where the holy glasses are, if I had to guess. This randomizer loves to make jokes with its logical regression. I forget if there's anything down here. I don't think there is. Yeah, there's nothing down here. I hate empty checks so much. Oh, trust me, I wish I could. Unfortunately, that is not an option that the randomizer allows for you. And that comes from literally the very start of the randomizer for this game, back when Wild Mouse was working on it. For some reason, they figured that having empty checks like affects your decision for where to go, even though you don't know they're empty until you actually check them. I've never understood the reasoning for that. Okay, so there's a couple things we can get over here. Hopefully one of these two is something useful. Yeah, stop having so many hit points. Yeah, sounds about right. Actually, I guess there are also the 4 checks by the entrance to Richter's room we can be checking as well. Yeah, imagine if the Holy Glass is right in that area. It's literally the equivalent of putting the key under your welcome mat for your house. Okay. Bye-bye, bird. We have horizontal speed of some kind. Let's second go. Ooh, that's an interesting color, doggo. Oh, dang it. Okay, so we have... Dang it. We have half of that unlocked now. Noom. Running around at the speed of dog. Oh, actually, because we have proper flight now, and we have that new form, we can actually go to Old Rox's quarters now and take care of everything there. I gotta remember where each of these went to. Okay, so that's down for there. That is where we first unlock it. That's toward Richter. There we go. Yeah, a couple of checks on the way up as well. At least there should be a couple checks. You almost have 13,000 trophies on your PlayStation? That sounds like a hell of a lot. Okay, that brings up the question, how many possible trophies are there on PlayStation, like, grand total? Are you, like, actually a decent chunk of the way there, or are you still, like a 1/4% away? Or only a 1/4% of the way up there? I screwed that up, okay. So when you do the untransform in the air, you can the only horizontal movement you can do is with the side, like, little gravity jumps there, which makes it a little awkward to do sometimes. Also, I don't know why I came in here to save. I meant to come down here. Although I guess that is the very first save we've done this seed, so if something bad happens now, we're not gonna lose all of our progress. Only 1%. Honestly, that kind of tracks. Okay, so when you say PlayStation, I assume that's like PS5/PS4 combination of games, or is that like somehow actually including like all the older games that are like kind of, I guess, retracked to include trophy stuff like that? So I'm sure that would make the number only like explode further. But yeah, I'm doing pretty well tonight. I've survived my Monday, which is probably the best I can ask for. So PlayStation Star trophies on the PS3, so 3, 4, 5, Vita, and VR. I keep forgetting the VR version of PlayStation is even a thing. Mainly because I have like no means of like VR just in general, so. Oh, he's actually getting attacks off. That's impressive. There we go. Oh, that still did damage. Okay. No. Those are very boxy explosion animations. Holy crap. Yeah, and all the digital stuff in all the stores. Yeah, so there's probably like 18 trillion trophies then, grand total. I guess maybe probably the better question at that point is like, how many of those are like the platinum trophies? Oh, we got gold ring. I mean, that only gives us access to one item if you find the silver ring, but I've seen so many cases where that one item has been like super important. And at least a fair few of classics with PS1 and 2 games and trophies as well. Yeah, that's kind of what I expected at this point. A system with too many trophies. Okay, pick up one more item. Actually, you know what? Get the form, may as well use it. Oh, is that Spike Breaker? No, just Dracula's Runic, damn it. Oh, that's Spike Breaker? Hell yeah, there we go. Now the question is, do we actually go back? Actually, do I have to unlock anything this way? Or is this automatically unlocked? Oh no, I think the Coliseum. I think this section is locked off. Oh, this is this section, okay. Yeah, we'll check those other bits later. Even though everything is screaming at me that those are probably part of logic now, but I want to feel like I'm doing things efficiently, so we're just gonna skip those for now. Oh, we don't have forward miss though, so we can't get through here yet. Yeah, there's one check here that requires like 3 or 4 different sets of progression, which is kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Yeah, all right, have a good one, Cameron. Thanks for hanging out. Heck you, bat. Gotta do this way. Get up there. Okay, not helpful. Maybe helpful. Nothing, nothing, and nothing. 3 out of 5 checks of these here were empty. Heckin' dumb. Ah, dang it. Yeah, one of the top trophy hunters has 400,000 trophies on their account. Surprisingly, there isn't any sort of estimate beyond that because the stores for 3, 4, and 5 have so much and things have been added, updated, removed, etc. I suppose, yeah, I didn't think about the even like removing games thing. Kind of forgot that was even a thing in like stores like that. That's a rough ceiling in the whole shebang. The thing is, I suspect even before like that one trophy hunter, I'm sure that's not even like. I would make a random guess of saying that's not even like 10% of all the trophies available on those consoles. Okay, that was not helpful at all. Oh, come. I will make nuggets out of your bird. Ooh, that was a well-timed dropkick. Actually, we still don't have the holding glasses. Crap, we do have to go back down and explore everything else. Dang it. Alright, so where first? Oh god, where do we go first? Oh no, we don't have access to that because we don't have the access to a stopwatch yet. Oh yeah, we never got that check. Or those checks, okay. Let's head to the library first. Actually, no, let's get this one check here out of the way. Actually, there was also the... Then there's one check that there's, like, never a good way to be able to get to. Because it is so out of the way of, like, any teleporter. Not there. Actually, I guess doing a save split here wouldn't save a tremendous amount of time, all things considered. I'll probably do it anyway. I think we passed by the save room anyway. Yeah, this way there's nothing important at this check. We do a quick reset and save a little bit of time on the backtrack. Wait, I have dog. I don't need to deal with Yobo crap. Well, except for you, apparently. I think there's a setting for one of the, or randomizer settings somewhere that actually like randomizes this path, so you can't just like or memorize your way through that section anymore. I don't think I would ever feel brave enough to use. I suppose it doesn't really change anything because I get the, or I wait for the proper setup anyway. I got some kind of weapon. I didn't see what it was. Maybe not. Probably something I already had. I thought it started with like an L or something. Yeah, I guess not. Pocket knife and life max. Okay. Okay, we need that. Yeah, of course, I make a safety split, then it turns out we actually need the item that's here. That's why it wouldn't have worked that way. Okay, I thought I'd still get, like, an angle out of that. Dang it. Well, I trolled myself there. I'll keep the spike breaker on for now. Yeah, one of the downsides to being in any of the transform modes is that they are a slow drain on your MP. And especially with the dash maneuver, every time you hit an enemy, that also costs more MP. Welcome on in, Reef. How you doing tonight? Okay, now we can turn that off. Actually, I need to check what armors I have equipped. See if any of these are actually better. No. We already have the best armor, it looks like, right now. Yeah, you just have fun with it. If you had a pie chart, a large chunk would be battling with your bestie for the best trophy levels. I feel like that's probably like the best way to do it, is like not just do it for yourself, but do it for like stuff with friends. Doing anything with friends makes it like a billion times better just by default. Yeah, another chunk would be getting all the trophies on the games you really enjoy. There's a couple of games I've tried to do that with for myself, but there's like one or two trophy slash achievement slash whatever you want to call them that I just can't get myself to actually like fully complete. And that's even for the games I like really super enjoy too. Although I will say I'm kind of glad I wound up not doing that for Sea of Stars, because when they added the DLC, they added a whole bunch of other achievements, including one that requires multiplayer to be able to acquire, so... Yeah, it didn't quite help in my case. Yeah, a third chunk would be getting all the trophies for Skylanders games or Ratchet & Clank. Yeah, Ratchet & Clank was one of the games I tried to do, like, a full game completion slash, like, all trophies, whatever. That's another one. That game got a little kind of too grindy for my liking, especially with trying to get all, like, the weapon levels maxed out and stuff like that. So I kind of fell out of that one for that reason. Been kind of a slow day. Yeah, today's been a pretty... At least for me, it's been a kind of standard day, I would say. Yeah, nothing really, like, noteworthy happening, positive or negative. Yeah, that was not the right space to do that. Yeah, I would say I would take slow days over, like, hectic days more often than not. Probably just let you kind of have a chance to just chill. Ah, dang it. No, I kind of wish... One thing I would love to see as a randomizer setting would be, like, a gravity suit mode option, where when you get the holy snorkel, you actually move through water at, like, normal speed for the most part. That'd make things just so much easier. And then still give you, like, the extra jump height for being underwater as well, but just have you move at, like, your normal speed instead of, like, half speed. Wait, no, I need to go down. That's why I'm here in the first place. And unfortunately, dog is not helpful here, because I think if the dog goes up... Oh, no, actually, does he? Okay, no, dog is fine underwater. He's like the only transformation that is fine with that. Alright, now I gotta race the boat. I'm winning! Yay, I won the race. And my prize? Absolutely nothing. I still have to wait for him to get there anyway. Alright, please be useful. Yes, I'll consider that useful. Not technically required, but oh my god, is it useful. Not only is it bat, it is the bat of infinite horizontal speed. Asterisk, so long as you have magic. You can basically do what are called wing smashes with a 3/4 circle up to forward or up to forward input. And as long as you chain them correctly, you just keep the speed going for basically ever. Yeah, that's gonna make a lot of the game so much easier and simpler. Do the thing. Thank you. Actually, you know what? We have a library card. Where do we have those? There we go. Let's use this to get back to where we need to go next. Thingarsh. Wait. Where did my shield go? Oh, right, we had a second dark shield. Need to find out where that went. Here, dark shield. Where's my dark shield? There it is. Yeah, slow as far as work, etc. goes. Unfortunately, some drama ended up breaking apart your Monday gaming group. Ew, that's never fun. Yeah, I know my group has gone through an occasional bit of, I guess drama is probably the best way to phrase it, but those have thankfully been few and far between. And whenever they have occurred, they're also very quickly resolved, which is another plus. Was there anything? Why is this $500,000? That is so not worth it. Yeah, nothing else was really... I don't want Ring of Ares. That literally kills you too often, because Ring of Ares, you get 24 extra strength, you lose 24 defense. And in this game, in the reverse castle, you need defense, straight up. Yeah, there's nothing else in here I was really super interested in. We already have one of those. That didn't really do anything. I guess that is more attack for what it does. Also, if we get this, then we have protection against all 3 elements, actually. Also, Moonrod is amazing, although it does a decent amount less damage. But I think the special abilities... You know what? I'm going to swap to the Moonrod just because I love the Moonrod just individually. And what else do I have? So I think I just picked up a shield for, like, eventual usage on elemental protection. But yeah, the Moonrod is a fairly standard rod for the most part, but if you do a quarter forward circle, or a quarter circle forward attack, you get those multiple moon blades, and they do a lot of damage, and they can attack like a whole bunch of things at once. They are very heckin' cool. Although the base weapon is a little hard to use sometimes, as you can see with that attack form. Ooh, Fist of Tulkas. Okay, it looked like the Fist of Tulkas, which is... Outside of the Crusagium, the Fist of Tulkas is probably my second favorite weapon because of just how versatile it is. But unfortunately, that was actually not the Fist of Tulkas, it just looked like it because I had the item, or weapon sprite randomizer. We're getting so many free library cards this run, good lord. Oh, dang it. You get down from here. Wait, you're actually attacking? Okay, that's what I'm expecting you to do. It's almost like you're in the library. But will you get down here so I can actually bop you proper? I think he can come down, he's just choosing not to. Also, this little Sandman here, this is the only time in the entire game you would find it. So if you want to complete Bestiary, you have to kill it during this fight. Okay, because you don't want to come down. Bastard. We can get a few of the item checks here, but we're still gonna be missing the main check. Dual Knuckles, Heart, and some kind of potion, yeah. You know what? Sure, we'll go Fire Shield. We don't really need the shield attack power anyway at this point. Okay, so we still have the... I forget what that check is in the regular castle, but we have the equivalent of the the regular castle dragon helm check to do. I don't think what else there even is available right now. I feel like we've gotten most everything else at this point. Oh, right, that middle section. I forgot about that. Okay. We'll do that after we do this. Come on. Okay, so I'm guessing our next progression item is either going to be the holy glasses themselves or the silver ring, which leads to holy glasses. That's really basically all that's left for us to get. Wait, yeah, this is the right way. I hate empty checks. Ah. Okay, so this tells me where the holy glasses are then. Yay, random fog. Which technically does cause minute amount of time losses that adds like a handful of lag frames. But we need to go to the goat. Oh, actually, we can do the jewel sword check too now that we have the bat. That's also an option. Oh, actually, no. Here'd be a terrible chain of events. The progression check here is Cuba Zoe, and then we need to find the clock in order to get the check to the right there, as like our holy glasses. What do you mean empty? Well, I guess we have to go to jewel sword. All right. No, it's probably well, okay, it's not gonna be faster now. I was gonna say, it's probably faster to use a teleporter to get back down to the entrance, but since that pathway just shut on us. Actually, let's go the path that we, like, never see in randomizers. Also, go check see if there's any good equipment up here. We don't need more library cards. Anything up here? Nothing up there. I think that's a two-handed weapon of some kind, right? Yeah, two-handed weapon. We literally already have a flamboyers too. I know this section isn't good for Wolf because there's a lot of like little tiny steps. Come on. I think it sets us right near the teleporter anyway, actually. Yeah, right here. There we go. Oh! Oh, I forgot about that progression. Okay, so we have the library. I think it's literally the only progression that gives us right now. Oh, God, it gives us up there, too. Okay, you know what? We have at least one more library card. Okay, we have 2 library cards. We're good. If this is the other check in the little tower things, I swear. Well, there's Silver Ring. You know what? Let's try to shenanigan this. I don't remember what the setup properly is for this. Actually, I am so out of practice for that. There's a way you can actually clip into those stairs down there, and you can fall to the bottom of the screen, and then you can transform into bat and do a bunch of wing smashes underneath all the floors in order to leave the library, like, super fast. Unfortunately, I've, like, never really been, like, properly trained on how to do that. Like, even during my active speedrunning days, I think I had, like, maybe one successful attempt out of, like, 50. And oddly enough, it was never with, like, the pause menu, or pause buffering, or map buffering. I was never able to get it with that, but I was always able to get it with just YOLOing that particular strat, which I'm still amazes me. Dude. Yeah, this is one thing that does make the dog transformation movement at least better in a way, is that all you have to do is like start running, then you're good to go for speed. Whereas with that, you have to actually like do proper inputs and whatnot. Okay, so where do I go first? I mean, I guess we do have... We have the teleporter closer to the... Oh god, is this gonna be vanilla holy glasses? Game, don't do this to me. Alright. So, gold ring and silver ring. I'm actually not sure if these items can ever be considered logical tricks or not. But I always check them anyway. Okay, here'd be the theoretically dumb thing for this section. What if this check is Cuba Zoe? And then that led to holding glasses. Alright, why? All that for a dead check. Come on, get in there. Alright, so we have to go to the super long, far away check. That, honestly, I should have just gone there in the first place. That's always how these randos work. And have to wait for the damn thing. There we go. Yeah, that gate opens every minute on the minute, and is based on basically your actual in-game time, which does not progress if you're in the pause menu. So if you're having to wait for that and you think, I should probably check my equipment at this point. No, don't do that, it's a trap. That's like my third flambeurs tonight. I think I might be slightly better off just going this way. I want to go this way. Yes, many bat. And bat is in fact the, I would say almost inarguably the best transformation in this game, just because of how much vertical or horizontal movement it gives you, along with still vertical capabilities. You know what? Fine, you made me use this. That didn't do that much more damage like I was expecting. That makes me sad. Spike breaker, just so I don't have to worry about using magic here. Alright, so here are gonna be the holy glasses. Please don't be Cubazori, for the love of God. Oh, thank God, okay. So now we can go right toward Reverse Castle, finally. Also, I can take a Spike Breaker off. Dang it. Double dang it. Heckin' meanies. Alright, so I'm gonna do a quick save right here, and then I do need to take a quick little bio break after this. Because it's kind of about that time anyway. Wait for the save. Then go back outside so there's at least some kind of music to play while we're away. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and BRB real quick. I'll run a few minutes of ads just so we get those out of the way for the rest of the stream. And yeah, we'll be back in a few heckin' minutes. Until then, a burb. Well, it looks like congratulations are in order. Congratulations, King. You got yourself a kitty. What are you gonna do with your kitty? Also, as we discussed before, I believe spinning does not increase your chances of catching a cat, but good effort on that one. Yeah, turn off the burb. Wait, what? Okay. I love how weird my chat ends up getting sometimes. Like, it refuses to scroll up sometimes, and then refuses to scroll back down. It's a thing. Not what I meant to do. But, yeah, let's go give Richter what for. Actually, how good is the Holy Glasses? Pretty standard. Come on. Alright. We could technically do a skip to ignore this entire fight to begin with, but... Yeah, the key trick to this fight is as long as you have the Holy Glasses on, you're supposed to do 10 hits to the little flying orb that's in the middle of the air there. Alternatively, you can do a simple Throw Spirit and then a Soul Steal, the combination of which will give you all 10 hits that you need without hardly doing any damage to a Richter. Yeah, that's the fast draft for that fight. And also, with the cutscene skip here, you do have to be very careful where you land, because it is, in fact, entirely possible to hardlock yourself. Which I've done on multiple occasions. And they are not fun to deal with. Come on. Yay, Penny Apple. Burger Zircon, random potion. Okay, nothing good there. Ooh, got a shield. I doubt this can be any better at this point. Katana. Yeah, it's the same as defense as our current thing, and we have fire resist with this. Hang on. Oh my god, game. Game, let me do the thing. I just want to do the thing. Oh, dang it. You can see what was up there. Some kind of headgear, doesn't really matter to me what it is at this point. Ow! You bonked like a single strand of fur on my ear. How dare. I should have enough magic at this point. I'll get us another health there. Love that your favorite track is playing when you come in. Heck yeah! And welcome on in, Tech. How you doing tonight? I quite enjoy a lot of the tracks in this game, but there's a couple. Like, I love the boss theme, like, unironically. Even if it is kind of out of, like, style with everything else in the game, but I love the boss theme, just straight up. Then yeah, I think the Lost Prince, I think what it's called. I think that's another one of my favorite tracks in this game as well. Oh, Mournblade. I mean, Mournblade is a pretty... Actually, what's it? Ooh, hell yeah. So, Mournblade is special, where anytime you attack an enemy with it, or basically attack anything with it, you also get a singular effect of a Soul Steal, which gives you a little bit of health back. So we basically have an easy way of infinitely healing now. I'm gonna go in here and refill my magic real quick, but I'm not gonna bother actually saving. But yeah, since we are in adventure mode, it's generally better to go left here rather than to the right and up above. Come on. There we go. Yay, free healing. And this is just health. Oh, wait. We got a Frankfurter. I also love how you can like, technically steal the souls of like candles and walls with this weapon. Because anything you can do damage to, you can heal off of. As nonsensical as it is, and I still love that. Jeez. Yeah, this is one of your top 5 all-favorite games. You actually did a playthrough back in the fall and looked down and found the Crusader super early in Disc 2. Crusader is such a heckin' good weapon. So if it wasn't for Crusader existing, actually, here's maybe a question for you. What is / are your favorite weapons in this game outside of the Crusader? Because we all know how broken the Crusader is. But what are your other favorite weapons? I'll say right now, my favorite weapon outside of the Crusader. Is this a check? That is not a check. My favorite weapon otherwise is the Fist of Tulkas. It's a very high-powered weapon, and it has all sorts of special attacks you can do for both melee and range, and it is an all-around amazing weapon, because you can do everything with it. Okay, these guys are not being friendly to me. Oh god, come on. There we go. Oh, did I just unlock it? Or lock it, rather? Oh, no, it stays open. Okay. Okay, so I like how turning that setting on actually makes it so I don't have to worry about those at all. That I greatly approve of. Because this area in particular is just so annoying trying to get all those gears in the right position. Oh, God. And yeah, this game is definitely really high on my personal favorite games of all time. So much so that this is actually the very first game I ever did speedruns for. And I was actually full on, not quite world record competitive, but very competitive with my actual times back when I was running this actively. About over a decade ago, actually, I should say. Stupid Zircon. Yeah, I think I was what was it? So my world record is 18 minutes and 5 seconds, which at the time I got it was the 10th best time. Well, I was technically a top 10 contender in the speedrun for this game so many years ago. Unfortunately, I did kind of fall out of it because I kind of got frustrated with some just random things that would occur that would just make the game arbitrarily harder. And yeah, kind of didn't really do much with it after that point. And in fact, speedrunning Symphony of the Night was literally the only reason I got an Xbox 360. I don't need this teleporter here. In fact, I only ever bought one additional game for my 360 when I had it, which was actually another Castlevania game. It was meant to be a multiplayer kind of I kind of imagine Symphony of the Night mixed with Monster Hunter Worlds, or just Monster Hunter in general. I forget what the exact title of it was. It wasn't Harmony of Dissonance, but it was something with HOD was I think part of the subtitle. But yeah, there was basically this massive 12 screen size boss you had to fight after going through a maze to try to find it in the first place, and you'd be trying to work with a bunch of friends to get it defeated, stuff like that. It was a really cool concept, but I never had anybody to play it with, unfortunately. Yeah, early growth, Jeweled Knuckles was always amazing. That weapon is so broken if you knew how to get into it early on. I love that one so much too. Yeah, Ice Brand and Darkblade are also ones you favor. Actually, Darkblade was our starting weapon for this run too. We were using that for the good first half hour or so. Honorable mentions be Mormorgil and Vorpalblade. Yeah, I was about to say there's a fire weapon one that's actually pretty good, but then I realized, no, that's actually the Mormorgil. But yeah, Vorpalblade is basically the Walmart version of the Crusader. Which in this case is still pretty good, but... Oh, I'm pressing the wrong buttons. You get in there. I don't think there's even that much for checks here. Is the unfortunate thing. Yeah, single shuriken. But yeah, definitely another one of my... Why are you firing that direction? Yeah, there was Firebrand, but surprisingly weak compared to Icebrand and Mormorgil. Here's a little fun fact for you. So the amount of damage that or the attack bonus that any weapon gives you, it's not the only bonus you can get from it. Apparently, if your strength score is ever equal to or greater than the attack power of a weapon itself, the weapon's attack power is actually doubled. So if you have a weapon that has like 30 attack power and you have 25 strength, the weapon gives you just 30 attack power, that's it. If you have 30 strength, the weapon then gives you 60 attack power. If you have a lot of strength, you can actually make like older weapons even better than they would be otherwise. Is there anything down there in here? Yes, there is. Yeah, I think that was something that was discovered within the past like 5-ish years or so from the speedrunning community. It's always amazing just like how many little tiny mechanics that are like never like shown or even implied that are then just still in the game and can change the mechanics so much. Oh god. I was not expecting that many. Run away! Run away! Wait, how is my wing smashing actually one-shotting the lions? And another fun fact about that particular entryway for the reverse library there. The 3 enemies that you see there, the little flying head, the robot, and the lion there, they're all Wizard of Oz references. Lion being kind of obvious, it's the Cowardly Lion. The robot there is called the Tin Man. And I believe the head is... Oh no, it's not the head. The head is a shmoo. Oh, there's a scarecrow in there as well that you fight. So you literally have all 3 of your friends from Wizard of Oz in there that are as enemies. Yeah, this is actually one of the only games you consider doing a randomizer for. The issue with you doing randomizers though is that you tend to forget about things in games that you can get. Well, the good thing is, I always forget how to actually implement it, but this game does have a tracker you can download made by, I believe, Talix Zealot is their name, and you see all those little green dots on there. So the big green squares are the ones that are actually like proper relic locations. All the small dots are for equipment locations, since I have adventure mode going on right now. So all the relics can be mixed in with regular equipment pickups and vice versa. You can use this to be able to kind of help you figure out like what checks are still around. Like I'm actually missing 2 checks in the previous areas I've explored, and I need to double check those apparently. Now one thing that is worth noting though is that if you happen to like go onto the map tile where there's a certain check listed, but you don't pick up the item, the tracker still considers you as having picked up the item, so you need to be kind of careful about that. I've had that screw me over on a few occasions. Oh my god, please. There we go. Yeah, I believe like everything you would possibly need for this randomizer, both the randomizer itself and the tracking tool, should be at least somewhat obtained through Soden.io, if you want to use that as a web link. Now, I remember for the longest time, too, like, in order to actually properly generate a seed with a decent amount of time, you need to use a browser like Chrome. Because for some reason in Firefox, it would take like 10 times as long to generate a seed. I want to say they've fixed that since then, but I'm not 100% sure of that. And oddly enough, when I tried to generate it in Chrome earlier, my tab crashed like twice. I'm not sure what happened with that, but... Yeah, death animation for some bosses are so spectacular. Yeah, you gotta love like the cinematic finishes for like most of these enemies. In fact, just the basic movement of some enemies as well. It's kind of like an uncanny valley almost. Like in the section where you're kind of getting up. I don't know how to properly describe it. Actually, I can't really show you either. So there's a section when you're in the. So basically, where the Colosseum is to the east of that, where like the little kind of central room for everything. Oh, Roxy's death was really cool to you. Yeah, that one kind of reminds me of the death from Crocomire from Super Metroid. That's kind of basically the same thing, where just, like, its skin falls off as it like bathes in the acid. Then you have to go left afterward. Then you get the boss theme coming up again. The wall comes down, and then the skeleton crashes at you. But yeah, so the enemies are just like one of the things like I think one of them was a sword wielder, the other one's like a great hammer wield or something like that. Their animations are like kind of oddly specific and like high detail stuff like that. We're kind of talking about how those are kind of like almost uncanny valley-ish themselves. Okay, 2 of those checks were freaking high potions. Okay, so I still need to go back to the library for another one. Oh, I know which check I missed. When it falls to his knee and throws it. Yep, that one, yep. I remember for the longest time thinking that the sword that he throws during that animation could still attack you. But yeah, no, it's just pure animation and that's it. And yeah, just even like their basic movement and attacking when they're alive is also just like I said, just oddly detailed. And it's kind of slightly off-putting. Yeah, I still say one of my favorite things I've done with this game, like non-speedrun, non-randomizer based, was I got one save file, right? I think I got Alucard to like level, like low 70s something in levels. And apparently I had like a really good strength stat. Because here's another fun fact for you. When you level up, all of your stats have a 50% chance of increasing randomly every level. So there's a chance you can get like all 4 stats to level up by 1. There's a chance you can get all 4 stats to just stay exactly where they are. And just anything in between. Apparently I had one save file where I had high enough strength, I had 2 Chrysagrams, I think I had 2 Rings of Varda, I think I had the Dragon Helm, I think I had a couple other things. I think I also used like an attack booster and a strength boosting potion. All that together, I was able to defeat the final Dracula form before he got a single claw swipe in. I have never been able to replicate that since, but I still try every time whenever I get like super high level. I would love to be able to do that again, because that is just the swaggiest of swag. Also, for whatever reason, you can kind of move upward diagonally faster as the form of mist if you alternate between up and right individually rather than holding them together. Actually, same thing going any diagonal, apparently. Just alternate between the cardinal directions, you actually go faster. Alright, let's see if I can get this to work. There's a way you can do the entire segment here without ever, like, breaking wolf form. But I don't know the correct... Because the thing is, the timing changes with each section that you do. Okay, fine. But yeah, one of these days, I will get a perfect run through that area and never have to unmorph once. Because unfortunately, that day is not today. Which weapon are you? Ooh, Marcel. Oh, Marcel is the weapon I was thinking of earlier. This is the big fire weapon. That's like the big kind of burning after effect too. And this after effect has like a big hitbox too. It's like kind of insanely big. Okay, as bad as you gotta stick around, you gotta look and get ready for some plans you have tonight. Thank you for hanging out while you could, Tech. Hope you have a fantastic night and enjoy your plans. I never know what way I want to go when I go through here. Actually, I should be exploring this for... Yeah, I never know what the optimal routing is for this area. Yeah, I don't need that. There's a potion of some kind. Dang it. There we go. Refill MP. Unfortunately, there's nothing in here, yeah. Alright, boss time. Okay, exactly 10 hits to take out his hit points, because this boss has 750 hit points. Another fun fact for you. There are 2 different doppelganger fights in this game. One of them, I believe, is called Doppelganger 10 or 15. That's the very first one you fight at the start of the game. And this one is Doppelganger 40. The numbers in their names represent what level they are. And the amount of experience that you get when beating any particular enemy or boss is determined by your level compared to theirs. And yeah, every enemy at some point, if you're like over leveled compared to them, you'll eventually earn only 1 XP per kill. So it becomes next to impossible to actually like get max level in this game. Like, I think somebody's actually tried to do, like, a max level run for this game. It took, like, 100 hours or something like that in order to reach, like, level 99. Because it just takes that much experience. You need so many kills, and yeah. This is basically one of the best rooms to actually do that kind of farm in, if you have the duplicator, which lets you use consumable weapons infinitely. And you can just, like, jump down, activate it, kill everything in one shot. Jump to leave the screen, fall back down to the screen, use the ability to kill everything in one shot. It just makes everything so much faster and simpler. That is not helpful. Oh. Dang it. Take that. Get burned, nerds. Yeah, unfortunately, as the bat, if you ever enter the water, you immediately untransform, which makes this section a little more annoying to try to do the infinite wing smashes in, because there are some sections where you're so close to the water and so close to the floor at the same time. And having to do a 3/4 circle in order to do the wing smash makes it even more annoying. And, of course, there's nothing. Because why would there be anything in this region? Dang it. Oh, I gotta level up at least. And prepare to get a singular check over this way. Yeah, the fact that we only have one Vlad relic after like 2+ hours is actually kind of concerning. Ah, there's another one. And you know, all of the Vlad relics as well, they give you, most of them gives you stat boosts of whatever flavor. The Tooth of Vlad gives you extra attack. The Rib of Vlad gives you 10 of Constitution. The Ring of Vlad gives you 10 Intelligence. And the Eye of Vlad gives you 10 Luck. And then the Heart of Vlad makes you immune to Curse. Although at this, I think the Constitution stat also makes you heal up from status effects more naturally and quickly anyway. So usually by the time you get to that, you're already at enough Constitution where you're just not really, suffering from ailments for that long anyway. Yeah, we don't need whatever that portion was up there. Come on. Yep. And thankfully this skin is automatically destroyed because there's like no way to really set it up on the normal route. Ow. Oh, I'm attacking the wrong way. Ah! Oh my god. First phase down. Easy game. Okay, now we're just one Vlad away from ending the game. Let's second go. Now the question is, where is that last Vlad? It could be literally anywhere.
This switch hasn't been pressed yet.
Someone give that voice actor an Emmy and a Grammy and a whatever the other big award things are. Give them all of the rewards. Oh, there's not even a check here. I thought there was a check here in adventure mode. Apparently I was very wrong. And one of the best parts of Gas Cloud right here. You just vaporize all these bats. should still be a check over here. Well, there's a thing at least. As long as it's not empty. I guess I could have just done gravity jump through there, but oh well. I really don't even need any of these rings anymore, but I'll still gather them. Anything cool? Armor? Ooh, Alucard. Oh no, that was weak. We saw that in the shop earlier. Hang it. There we go. Should be... Actually, there's no check over here. Okay. Actually, no, we're not going to save split. Like, whenever I do the boss fight over here, I want to keep the experience anyway. Because he's worth a lot of experience with it. I think this boss is actually, like, higher level and stronger than even, like, Dracula himself. It's always fun to be able to keep all the benefits of that. Another dark shield. What's a Fune? That's just a Bacillard. Actually, no, not necessarily. Oh, it is a Bacillard. That is a vanilla sprite. Don't need that. Alright, so this is a boss fight I will always save ahead of time for. Because if you screw up the setup at all, it becomes an extremely difficult fight. Actually, the secondary damage makes this even easier. Even the secondary effect knocks his head back. That's kind of cool. Ooh, that's a good crit. There we go. Wow, usually I have like 500 hit points after fighting that boss. This is unusual. That was disgusting. But yeah, if you don't do that piece of cheese though, that boss is incredibly difficult. He has like super high defense, the most HP out of any boss in the game. And yeah, he can be disgusting in the other way if you allow him to be. There's nothing over on that side. Yeah, okay. Oh, God. Come on. I don't know how that wing smash input worked, but I'll take it. Ow. Good plant tentacles. Oh, right, we have the cube of Zoe. So we can actually pick up the candle stuff now. I forgot about that. I guess that means I should be keeping an eye out for the stopwatch then. Anything in here? Nothing valuable. There is a greater than 0% chance that we will in fact need the, actually I'll pick up the magic refill. That gives me current MP2. There is a small chance we do need to get the clock room check still. But I definitely want to have that at the ready. What is that? Heart refresh, okay. Another Zircon. Money. I thought there were candles in here. Apparently not. Nothing there. Okay, that's not helpful. Dang it. Okay. Diagonal attack, please. Yeah, thankfully those guys are weak to fire, so they just died, like, instantaneously. Okay, so come through here. Then there's his dog. Now we can get access to this little hidden cubby up here. None of that was helpful. Meets expectations. Oh, that's a large amount of lag. Oh, just a Falchion. Dang it. So if I remember, on these enemies right here, the ones with the flying skeleton snake thing, if you can manage to kill just the little imp on top of it, you can actually get the rest of the thing as an ally for the rest of the screen. I don't know what the actual hitbox is for that though, so I've never been able to like do it consistently. Ooh, a shield. Although it is also a possibility that maybe it's just like a random % chance that that happens. I've never actually fully known or understood the mechanic. Nothing down there. Okay, no item here, just a teleporter. We don't need the teleporter. Sure, we'll update our save here, why not? Armor. Oh, there's stopwatch. Okay, so let's turn off the cube of Zoe so I don't accidentally lose that. That way, if I do need to go back to the first castle, I can have that at the ready. Come on. Get him. Or not get him, I guess. I forgot you're immune to fire. Yay, Toadstool. Which you could theoretically save like 2 or 3 minutes on the 80% run. If you happen to get it at like just the right RNG point, you know how to use it, and you can successfully use it. Although I think if that would ever happen, it would just instantly become its own category, because then nobody would ever want to run the 80% again. So it would require like a literally 1 in 1,000 chance of a drop happening, and then having to get like the very precise movement to make it actually work. Oh, just a cloak. Takemitsu. Oh, because I have the fire shield, I'm immune to the fire. Nice. I am literally a fire elemental right now. I approve. Wait. Okay, yeah, I do not have to have my shield up to make that work. Okay, so I need to keep in mind, if I don't see a relic right offhand, I can just skip the rest of the check. Because literally all I need right now is the Rib of Blood. Oh my god, please. Please! Will you heckin' stop it? Oh my god! Yeah, there's a bunch of, like, basically invisible enemies here. Where'd you go? There you are. Okay. Yeah, we should be fine as it is. Alright, grab this real quick. Oh, come on. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Well, there goes most of my attack power. Hang on. Okay, there we go. We got him. We still got him. Okay, just life. Well, we can know the names of the enemies at least. That I can do real quick. Thank you for the hydrate. Also, yeah, if you want to get the little like super hyper spin effect, you got to do the hydrate and then the spin redeem in that order. Pro tip. Also, yay colors. Just a slightly well, I guess they're not getting discouraged, but at least now they'll have retribution for their actions. That's just a familiar. We don't need familiars. Okay, nothing there for us. Okay, apparently I just wanted to, if I hang left, I can avoid all the enemies. Good to know. No, I like how they're technically like a fire elemental enemy, but they still take just like half damage to fire rather than being immune to it. No, I actually don't know if any enemies can be like healed by any elemental weapons or not. I think they can only be immune. But I've never really tested it. Sure, I'll take that. Why not? Yay, 500 plus hit points. I was already kind of invincible. Now I'm even slightly more invincible. Well, that is not a healthy looking piece of... Actually, it might be like a blackberry cake, I guess. Maybe. Maybe it's actually fine. I don't need more MP at this point. For the most part, I got like everything I could possibly need. Oh, because I accidentally fired that thing, that's why. Actually, you know what? Let's do the Coliseum and then we'll come back around down this way. I can be slightly more efficient that way. Then I can finish up through Old Rox's quarters. Alright, a fight that is normally really hard if you're not prepared for it. But it's super easy when you are. Ah, dang it. How dare you snipe me? That's fucking rude. Did your mom ever teach you not to snipe people? There's health. Come on. Well, one thing down here. And then a couple things up above. Yeah, these guys will always do like a bajillion damage to you with their swords, so you want to avoid that as much as you can. There we go, go mode. I am... That's 2 sections I'm so glad I checked ahead of time. And I could technically skip them for later. Oh wow, that actually took him out in 1 hit. 1 second go. Well, 1 swing, I should say. Those 4 hits. Damn. I remember back when one of my movies used to be good at this game. One last set of item chests, because why not? Oh, just a Zircon or something. Yeah, I kind of like how we actually managed to go through this entire run without finding, like, almost any of the broken weapons. Like, we only found the Marso, like, what, 15, 20 minutes ago? Otherwise, we're just using standard equipment for the most part. Alright, first for the Dark Priest Shaft. Can you dig it? God damn. And now we fight the most hardest, infinitest boss of all. The IKEA furniture. Oh, right, you're resistant to, like, all the elements. Well, you know, we're getting a bunch of ticks for damage, or ticks for swing, so... I'll just keep using this. There we go. I know it was doing a lot of damage, but that still was a longer fight than I was expecting. Yeah, normally I kind of act with the cutscene, but I'm just gonna get ready for the raid move early tonight.
So defeated.
Let's see who's doing the things.
You have been doomed ever since
you're doing
you
a thing?
lost the ability to love.
You're doing a thing.
Sarcasm. For what profit is it to a man if he gains the
Ooh,
world
there's a few
and
people.
loses his own soul? Matthew
think we raided you recently.
16:26, I believe.
Also, you're just starting. I know you also go for like a while too.
What were Lisa's
Yeah, I haven't been able to hang out with
words?
Kyra in a while, so let's go give Kyra a
She
raid.
said, "Do not hate humans.
Make sure I get all my proper
If you cannot live
lurk
with
set up
them,
as
then
well.
at least do them no harm. For theirs is
Alright.
already a hard lot."
Oh, they're doing Chocobo
She
Hide and
also
Cold a
said
second
to
ago.
tell you that she would love you
Again,
for
a mini
all
game
of
that is so
eternity.
broken when you have like 4x speed added on
Forgive
the
me.
modern versions.
Farewell, my son.
So let's go ahead and get that raid set up. Then for our raid message, you beat the final boss, the IKEA furniture. Alright, so this would be our raid message for the night. If you don't have my emails, use pretty much whatever emails you think are appropriate for this one. Pretty much almost anything will fit for this one, honestly. And yeah, thank you all so much for stopping by and hanging out and just kind of enjoying the chill vibes. And thank you again to Leaf earlier for the raid. And yeah, so we'll be back tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central with some more of our playthrough of Crosscode. And I like how we're literally right back where the game began. We're on that boat in the middle of nowhere trying to figure out what the hell's going on at this point. But yeah, so we'll get back to tomorrow. More Heritage of Dragon Sail speedruns on Thursday. Our next Steam Library tour on Friday, which is kind of a meme game. But it's actually a better game than most people probably give it actual credit for. So I'm kind of looking forward to getting to show all that off for this week. And yeah, so nothing special for the weekend upcoming here. So yeah, just a normal streaming for this week.
So you made it.
Yeah, I think that's basically all I got. So with that, I shall get ready for the raid. And I should bid you all a good night.
'Tis my
And
fault you
your
had
cat
to
meme.
fight your own father. Fear not, I had my own reasons.